Hi friends, Tony DeWitt here, Missouri appellate attorney and a guy who likes to make the law make sense on YouTube. Here's what we're discussing today. Back in 2021, the United States Congress, over the veto of Donald Trump, passed the Corporate Transparency Act. And what the Corporate Transparency Act does is it says if you own a small business, whether it's a mom and pop shop, whether it is an eBay business, whether you're selling T-shirts on Google, no matter what you are doing, if you are a business and you are collecting money from people, you need to file a beneficial ownership report. So, for example, most of what I do on YouTube is through a corporation, actually an LLC that I have, and I have to register that LLC. So I spent probably 30 minutes pulling my hair out this afternoon, trying to figure out what it was I was doing wrong in trying to file this beneficial ownership information report. And it's kind of funny that BOIR, B-O-I-R, BOIR, that pretty much does describe how bad the instructions are written. But it really is, when you get right down to it, a simple form if you know what you're looking at. Of course, it's written in government speak, and as a result, it can be a little hard to navigate your way through it. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is the form that you can download off the IRS website. It's called the Beneficial Ownership Information Report. And if you look here, you can see that there are instructions. You can click that and it'll go through and it will explain things. I would recommend going through that first instead of pulling your hair out first. I don't have much left anyway, so it didn't really matter to me. But if I had read them completely before I started, I might have had an easier time. So there are a couple of buttons up here. One, you can hit this and it'll read the instructions. Two, where after you've filled out the form, you can click validate, and if you've made any errors, it will point them out. Well, it will point out all of the errors except the one that got me into a bit of trouble. So keep that in mind. And then after you get it validated, you finalize it, you save it, and if you want to, you can print it. But then once you've got it saved, you hit ready to file. It will automatically take you to the website. It will help you go through the process to put it into the IRS system. On this form, the first part you do here, this is the initial report. You have to click this right here as initial report. And then once you click that, you will go down to the next page. And this is really important here. Request to receive FinCEN identifier, FinCEN ID. Click this button. That's very important. It does tend to make the rest of the thing go much easier. Then you put the company name, the tax identification type. If they've issued you an employer identification number, an EIN, through the IRS, use that. If they haven't, if you're an LLC and you report on your Social Security number, you put SSN in this field. It comes up here, and you can see it says EIN, SSN, or some foreign number. You use the use the SSN, and then country of formation, United States, and then if it's a Missouri corporation, you'd find Missouri on this little pull-down menu here, and then you'd put your current address of the business right here. Then you go to the next page, which is company applicants, and this is absolutely vital. Number 16 is the one that can cause you the most problems. Existing reporting company. So check if reporting company was created or registered before January 1st, 2024. Well, you haven't registered it yet, but you did create it before January 1st of 2024. Well, then you click this button, and what it will do is it will gray out all of this stuff down below. So that's important. And then you go down here, beneficial information ownership report. You put in your name and your residential address, and you also have to attach a copy of your driver's license, which is kind of interesting. You have to, let me see if I can figure out a way to get to this, but basically you can't see it down here at the bottom of the page because I have it set up wrong on OBS. But there is a little area here where you can put your basically your driver's license, your passport number, some other kind of identifying document. So you have to click up here in the state ID, foreign passport, U.S. passport, state or local issued ID card. Like a lot of states issue ID cards instead of driver's license to people who aren't drivers. And then once you get that, you upload an image of it onto the system and you go through the validation. If the validation comes through okay, then you go down to the save. You basically save the file, and then you submit it to the IRS. And when you do, it will tell you it's been accepted. After it's been accepted, it'll tell you get a transcript of the session. You want to download that transcript because that's your proof, if anybody ever needs it, that you indeed did file the required disclosure for your company. Now, there are some really good reasons to file this, even though it's a kind of a ridiculous sort of paperwork requirement. There are steep escalating penalties for not filing this form. $500 per day up to $10,000 per violation, and possible jail time up to 2 years for those failing to comply with the requirements. It bears note that the failure to timely file a required initial report could result in up to a $10,000 fine, but that subsequent events would necessitate an amendment to such required but missing filing, had the initial reports been made. So there's all kinds of good reasons, especially about 10,000 of them, why you should file this form while you have time. And remember, if you operate a business, you need to do this. Now, there are instructions that tell you that some businesses are exempt. Usually that's places like Ford Motor Company, for example, that has, hundreds of thousands of employees. But you do want to make sure that you are, if you have any doubts, go see your tax advisor or your lawyer and have them explain to you what you need to do to fill this form in. And if you do that, you should be clear of any problems with the law and with the IRS. Now, it's important to note that although the federal government has access to this, it is not searchable. So, for example, if somebody wants to know, what my company name is and what my company information is off of this beneficial ownership information form, they can't get it. It's not available even through the Freedom of Information Act. So that was specifically excluded by Congress when it passed the statute. So this is just something to help you out. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments down below. And of course, if you want to, you can email me at the address above. If you have the opportunity today, please do something kind. Do something nice for somebody. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to do a kindness for you folks who may have an LLC that you never even think about, but you don't want to get hit with a $10,000 fine for not filing this report. So thank you very much. Have a terrific day, and catch me down here at the beach again next time. Have a terrific day, folks. If you like this video, here are a few others you might try, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a terrific day, guys.